Who Framed Roger Rabbit was a formative film for me. I don't know how you got a PG on that film in retrospect. Jessica Rabbit, there's I mean, The Dip, Judge Doom. It's a pretty, I mean, it's a film for all ages, but you probably are responsible for some psychiatric bills for some children, I would imagine. There's some damage in a good way.
Maybe but when I made that movie, look, the good news was that we were able to make it right at the time when Disney was ready to rebuild itself.
Right.
Well, we were there when the new regime came in and they were full of energy and they wanted to do. And then I kept saying, I sincerely say this, and I do believe this, and I say, I'm making Roger Rabbit the way I believe Walt Disney would have made it. And the reason I say that is because Walt Disney never made any of his movies for children. He
Right.
always made them for adults. And that's what I decided to do with Roger Rabbit. And the thing that you have to understand is, and this was funny because one time we did a a test preview with just moms and kids.
Right.
And I was terrified because I didn't, these kids were like 5 and 6 years old. They absolutely were riveted to the movie. And I realized that, the thing is, the kids get everything. They
Yeah.
understand it. They get it. You don't have to. I think the thing that I think the thing that Walt Disney never did was he never talked down to the
Right.
children in his movies. He treated the kids like they were adults.
Did you ever talk to like Nicholson or Polanski or any of the Chinatown folks about it's I mean it's obviously a riff on Chinatown. I didn't realize that at the time. I saw it before I saw Chinatown. But was that conversation ever had?
Not about. I've spoken to those guys, but we've never talked about uh, uh, Roger Rabbit. But you're 100% right. It was completely inspired by Chinatown.
Yeah.
Completely. Yeah.
Jack came up in my research a few times as someone you've tried to work with. Is that true? You've
Oh
approached him
yeah.
a couple of times over?
Yeah. I tried to. I'd offer them things now and then, but I never. Actually, I offered. I actually offered the Bob Hoskins role to Paul Newman, and he was insulted. He was insulted by the offer because he said, I mean, he just said, "What, you want me to do a movie where I'm playing against a cartoon rabbit?" He didn't like it at all.
Amazing. Well, you got the right guy for the job.